Baby Babble, my name is Sarah Zielinski. I'm 21 weeks pregnant, and this is a weekly IGTV series that I bring to you to talk about me being a mom, brand new pregnant, first time mom, and sharing all the things that I've learned. And this week I'm talking tough love. So this is going to be a different episode based off the things I've talked about in the past, because I really feel like this is something that needs to be spoken about, especially if you're in Ontario or someone that is struggling right now or finding that you cannot get out of your own way. I've been seeing it kind of surfacing just like in little scratches here and there, if it's within my business or within talking to people or within social media or on the news or anywhere. And I really wanted to come out here and just kind of share that. And I am struggling with my internet right now. I've maxed out on my data. So if I start getting choppy, please be patient, but don't worry. I'm also recording on my computer so I can upload it to a YouTube later for anyone that wants to watch it if this does not work. But I am 21 weeks pregnant, which is crazy. Like, I am past halfway. Today I have my anatomy scan and I'm so freaking excited. Yesterday I felt the baby kick. Actually, before I came on, I started feeling the baby kick. And last night, Brock was able to put his head down on my belly and it got a little like jab right in the ear, the tiniest little jab ever. But it was a really, really cool experience. So today I will be finding out I could find out the gender, but I'm not going to. If you don't know this already, I am Team Green, which means I am not. Yes, I got this shirt from you, KK. Babe support babes. Yes, girl. And I really wanted to rock this shirt today for my talk about tough love because I feel like it's going to be perfect. Because if you need it, stick around. But I am essentially going to be not finding out the gender, but I want to see all the different things, like find out what weight percentile they're in, my baby's in, all that stuff. Maybe there's 2 in there. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe all of a sudden 2 just popped up in there. But I'll be going to that around 3:45, and it's like an hour-long drive for me. So I plan on talking to some of my girls on the way. But I wanted to come in here and talk to you guys about tough love. So the world is a weird place, and I know that for me, the majority of people that watch me on here or that follow me or that are my friends that are on here, like I have people in Canada, the USA, I have the States, I have the UK, so Canada, the USA, UK, I have France, I have Belgium, I have like everywhere all over the world. So I know a lot of you are going through different things when it comes to the whole COVID thing. Honestly, I don't even like talking about it because I find it such a negative thing. But if you're in Ontario right now, we are in like our 3rd stage of like lockdown and it's been pretty miserable. But what I've also been noticing is that I don't know what it is right now, but I feel like recently there's just been this plethora of, like people not believing in themselves or finding excuses or bogging themselves down or, just trying to like I'm going to take a step back and do all these things in so many different ways. If it's in your fitness goals, if it's in your business, if it's in, your health and your wellness, if it is in your relationships, if it's not believing in yourself. So if you're someone that struggles with believing in yourself or really just starting, this is going to be a really great live for you, okay? Because for me, my biggest thing that held me back in doing my fitness journey and doing my current business that I now do this full time, it fills my cup. It is literally my passion where I would do this and not get paid for it and be happy and content for the rest of my life. And that personally, in my opinion, is the kind of way that I think every person should live their lives, right? Because my husband and I say this all the time. There was a song that came out by Brett Kissel, and it's called "Working on Making a Life, Not a Living," and it's all about living your life by your own design, and that you're not so focused on the income. And it's funny, people ask me, do you even make money doing what you do? And I'm like, I do, but I don't know how much, because I don't check every week, because I literally don't care, because I could do this for free. And I feel like, sometimes we get so caught up in the excuses and the black and white picture of what life is for us and the financials, and not going after the things that we want in our life, if it's traveling, if it's health, if it's friendships, if it's relationships, because we just keep thinking about these excuses that hold us back. And really the secret of you getting ahead in your life is just getting started. And that's actually a quote by Mark Twain that is so near and dear to my heart. And when you think about it, okay, for you to get ahead in your life, you have to start no matter what that is. And you're going to have 1,000 different excuses that run through your mind all the time. You're going to have the excuse, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, or I can't go there, my family's here, or, I can't do these hard things because of X, Y, and Z, or I'm tired, or I'm pregnant, or I'm overweight, or I'm too skinny, or I have Crohn's disease, or whatever. You're going to be able to find whatever limiting belief it is within yourself to hold yourself back from actually becoming the person that you want to be. But the thing is, you just have to start, because you have to ask yourself, are those things real? Because your excuses are always valid. That's the biggest thing, is that, honey, like if you say like, I don't have the money, you may not have the money, okay? If you may say, I don't have the time, you may not have the time. But that's why you need to make the change, because the place where you're staying at right now is going to remain comfort. That's going to be your comfort zone where you're not going to be able to change. And when you stay there, when you stay in that one place where you're just saying, these are my excuses, these are my limitations, the world has limits. Like I say things like there's no ceilings on what I do, because I am allowed to be creative, and I'm allowed to be passionate, and I'm allowed to build my business on the way that I want. And I'm not your stereotypical online health and fitness coach that's going to just tell you do this, this, and this and get results. I'm going to be your friend along the way and give you any type of resource to help you motivate and be changed and just allow you to get past your own limiting beliefs. But the biggest thing is you have to freaking start. And sometimes that start has to come back from you deciding, like, what is it that I actually want in my life? What are the actual desires that I have? What are the things that are really holding me back from developing the skills that I need to get there? Because the thing is, no matter what happens when you decide to start, you're gonna be starting from ground one. Or maybe you've tried before and you failed. But you're not supposed to be an expert at what you're doing when you start. And 9 times out of 10 is not because you don't know what to do. It's because you don't believe that you'll be able to be consistent enough to see a change. Okay? And it's funny because I see people that like pop off, like they'll jump on, and then as soon as I'm like talking about things that actually hit them in the feels, they can't handle it and they leave. Cool. So if you're still here, I appreciate you, and I hope that this is providing some value to you, and feel free to ask me absolutely anything. But your biggest pivot point in your life, okay, is going to be when you actually realize that you can make that change, that you can actually obtain any single thing that you want in your life. That you actually can have the strong, healthy body that you want, that you can have the job that you want, that you can make the income that you want, that you can make the impact that you want, that you can have the car, the house, the friendships, the relationships that you want, that you can have those things, but you have to truly believe it. Because that is your limiting factor in your life. That is what's holding you back. That weak voice inside your head that tells you can't do it, that voice inside your head is what is making you a weaker version of yourself. But that voice inside your head is something that is completely controlled by you. If you are having a bad day, or if things are stressful in your environment, or if you watch the news and it makes you feel like shit and it scares you, right? The way that you interpret things and the way that you decide to feel is a feeling. Emotions are controlled by our own beings. So if you hear something that makes you feel stressed out, your feeling is valid. It is allowed to make you feel stressed out for that moment, and accept that and understand that this is a feeling that I currently have, but it does not need to consume you and completely take over your entire life, because you need to get the F out of your own way. And it's so important for you to just get the F out of your own way, because if you don't, you're going to see yourself pointing fingers at other people and other excuses. Oh, I can't do that because my husband said I couldn't. Oh, I can't do that because my friends want me to do this. Oh, I can't do that because I don't make enough money. Oh, I can't do that because I can't figure something out. It's like, no, you just don't want it bad enough. You don't really want it that bad. If you don't make enough money and you say, I'm uneducated, or I don't know how to do that, or I'm limited to this, you will be. What you focus on is what you're going to attract back. Hi, Kelly. I was going to talk about you. I'm so happy you're on here. I have you on my next page. But I really want you to just own your shit. Like, your excuses are completely valid, but if you allow yourself to be completely consumed by the fact that your thoughts are real, then they're going to become real. If you think you can't finish a fitness program, you won't. If you think you can't get a job promotion, you won't. If you think that you can't run a 5K, you won't. But if you say, yes, I can, and I've done this drill before, and I say it all the time, like, tell yourself, I can't lift my hand. I can't lift my hand. I can't lift my hand. When you do that, you trick your mind, and you make your mind realize that you can do things that you're telling yourself that you can't do. And it's so important for you to practice that. Your brain is a muscle, like it is, right? And it's so important for you to do those things. So the biggest thing is you need to find a way for you to make your way through. And I have some notes here, so please just with my baby brain, I'll forget everything. Sorry. When you realize that what you can do is literally the only thing that's holding you back, that is where things change for you. That you go, okay, I can do this. And then you can do certain things, and you're going to have these blocks. You're going to have seasons of life change. Hi, Brie. You're going to have all these things happen to you. But it's what you do when things get hard is what molds you. It's what changes you. And I say that all the time. Like when things get hard for me, I lean in and I go that much harder because I know that if I don't stay in my comfort zone, that if I don't push through these things, it's not going to change me. I'm going to remain the same. And sometimes remaining the same is scarier than actually seeing a change in yourself. Does that make sense? Please let me know if that makes sense. Because I know for myself, if I remain the exact same the way I am right now, I will never be satisfied. I won't be. I'm happy with my life. I love my husband. I love my team. I love my job. I love my business. I love my passions. But I have huge effing goals and big dreams and things I want to do for my family and my future and all those things. And you do not know what life is going to give you. If you just focus on what's out right in front of you right now and you don't have a dream for where you want to go, you're going to be stuck. And I know today, if I was to leave this earth at some point today, I would know that I am damn proud of myself for the woman that I've become because I allowed myself to get uncomfortable, because I allowed myself to push past my boundaries, and I allowed myself to do things like this. If you asked me 3 years ago if I would be doing any type of motivational speaking or talking to people or sharing my vision publicly on social media, I would have said, you are effing crazy. Who the hell wants to listen to me? But listen, someone wants to listen to you. And if you're here and you've watched this long, then that means you believe something in yourself that you can make a change either within yourself or you can make an impact on someone else's life, that you deserve to dream bigger and be louder and be happier. Because the people that drop off these lives and don't stay on, that sit there and tell themselves, oh, this is all fluff, oh, this is all garbage, like those are the naysayers, those are the haters, those are the people. Brock, you know I'm on a live. Brock literally just called me. He knows. And I just ended this call. But the thing is, like, those people that don't listen to these or that turn off lives like this, that don't enjoy personal development, that personally believe that trying to better yourself every single day, those are the people that I say stuck. Those are the people that don't change. Those are the people that get frustrated and they blame every other person, every other thing in their way but themselves. And you are your only limiting factor. And until you can understand that and start realizing where you want to go, that's when things are going to change for you. Okay? I'm going to change my page here so I don't forget anything. So, you really have to think about it. Like, what is it that makes you not want to change? Do you not want to change because it's safe? Because you're comfortable? Because you really just don't know what the hell it is that you want? You have to really sit down and think about the things that you want in your life. Like, do you want to be healthier? Do you want to be happier? Do you want to be thriving? Do you want to make an impact in someone's life? Do you want to have a certain thing? Like, it's okay to also want to be materialistic or feel a certain way or look a certain way. Don't let anybody tell you that you don't deserve the life that you want to live, because it's your damn life. And it was that one pivoting point in my life where I decided I'm not going to give any more fucks at all. I got no more fucks to give for anybody, because I want what I want. I want to eat what I want to eat. I want to live the life I want to live, where I want to live, because I want to be there. And the people that matter will be there along the way with me, right? And the biggest thing is that you have to stop caring about what anybody else thinks about you and just worry about your damn self. Because if you worry about what everyone else is going to think about you, or you worry about all your other limiting factors, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to keep hitting a wall and stopping. And it's not going to help you progress anywhere in your life. And if you're not living the life that you want to live right now, you need to create it. There's no one else that's going to do it for you, right? So I want to encourage you to think about the things that you want in your life, to tell yourself that it's possible for you to get those things, and get the fuck out of your own way. Because if you're saying you don't have the time, but then you're sleeping in till freaking like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, it's not that you don't have the time, it's that it's just not that important to you, right? It's just that you haven't taken the time to work in on yourself. And in a time like right now where we're in a world where we can't do the things that we want to do all the time, where we can't, where we can't travel or see our friends the same way that we want, like, what can we do though, right? How can we share that positivity? And if you didn't see the video that I shared earlier about how social media makes you feel like you need to look a certain way, or that you need to do a certain thing, or you need to buy a certain thing to feel a certain way, you need to take a certain supplement to feel a certain way, you don't. Okay? I use proper healthy supplementation every single day because I love it and it makes me feel good and it changed my damn life. But that's not what changed me. I changed me on the inside. I started believing in myself. I started sharing that with other people and showing up unapologetically, because those are things that started to change me. And did it scare me? Yep. When I first started trying to share my journey on social media, I was mortified. I was petrified. What are people going to say about me? What are they going to do? And I'm not saying you have to shout it from the rooftops, but what I'm saying is that you need to talk to people about it. You need to make sure that you're opening your heart and your eyes and your mind and allowing yourself to believe in yourself, to know that you can make a difference. You can make an impact. You can change your narrative. You don't have to be the person that you've been, right? The same way that I didn't have to date the people I had to date, that I was able to stop doing hard drugs and drinking like crazy and partying like a psychopath and doing all these things that weren't me, but I was trying to conform to the people that I was around and like the people that I spent. Like, look at me now. People laugh at me. And those people are in the same damn place they were when I left them there 9 years ago. And they can effing stay there. If they're ready to come and join me and they watch this, hello, I'm here to help you, sis. I helped myself and now I'm here to help you. But the thing is, you have to pull your damn self out of that space that you're in to get to where the hell you're going. And I think that the biggest question is that you need to not dim your own damn light by telling yourself you can't do something. And I think that one of my favorite questions I like to ask myself on the daily, I get this from Tom Bilyeu. I'm obsessed with him. He does the impact theory. If you don't follow him, he's incredible. Is really like, I like to ask myself when I feel stuck, when I feel like I'm not motivated, when I feel like I can't do the hard things. Because the thing is that when things get hard, sometimes we almost push away the things that make us feel the absolute best about ourselves. Maybe it's your fitness, maybe it's your friends, answering messages, getting on the phone, or we kind of just fall into this slump of like, I'm just going to watch Netflix and chill and do nothing and be sad and eat like shit. Like, we kind of like push away the things that make us feel really good because we're like wanting to allow ourselves to sit in our own filth and like anger and believe that we need to feel a certain way, right? But the thing is that when you ask yourself, like, what does it mean for me to be a good person? What makes me a good person? You're an incredible person. You may not believe it, but if you don't even know, like, ask somebody else. Ask me. Even if I've never spoken to you before and you want me to tell you why I think you're a good person, just by me looking at your social media, I can guarantee you I can tell you how you're a good person. Because you are. No matter what anyone else thinks about you, you are a great person. But what does that mean to you, right? And, you know, we are some of the people we surround ourselves with through social media and in person, and the things that we actually like read and listen to, even if it's music. Like, we become a sum of those things, an average of the people we surround ourselves by. So if you're surrounding yourself by people that are mediocre or that talk like shit or talk you down or laugh at the things that you want to achieve in your life, you need to leave, sis. And that might be your best friend, that might be your spouse, that might be your family. But sometimes the best thing you can do is protect your aura and tell those people, like, I just need a little bit of space, and slowly they will filter out and they will stop coming back. But you need to make that space and ask yourself, you know, what makes you a good person, and who are the people you want to surround yourself by? The second question I ask myself in the day, when I ask myself, like, am I a good person? What am I doing to be good today? What am I doing to make an impact today? Am I making someone laugh today? Am I educating somebody? Am I inspiring somebody, right? The next thing I'll ask myself is, what am I doing to be an effective person today? How am I going to be effective? Because you can be a good person, but if you're not being effective, if you're not making good use of your time, right? Yes, protect your boundaries. Brie, nailed it. Yes, my girl. That's why you're so successful. But the thing is that you have to be able to figure out, how am I effective today? How did I work on myself? How did I work on my personal growth? How did I work on my relationships? How did I work on my personal health? How did I get that 1% better today? How was I effective today? And sometimes even asking yourself that question when it comes to the end of the night and you feel like you've done absolutely nothing can completely change your perspective of who you are as a person throughout the day, right? You might feel like, I didn't accomplish anything. I had all these things I wanted to do. I'm behind on this. I didn't clean this, or I forgot to pick my kids up from school, or whatever the hell it is. Like, but if you ask yourself, how was I effective today? And if you can say, I wasn't as effective as I wanted to be, cool, change it. What can you do tomorrow? Maybe you can wake up earlier. Maybe you can ask for help. Sometimes you also have to ask for help, okay? I have a time management exercise I love to give to people where they do a 24-hour wheel and they write down what they do every single hour of the day, when they're sleeping, when they're eating, when they're commuting, when they're watching TV, when they're working out. And then you always find a time blocker. What the fuck am I doing with my life during this time here? What happens here in these 3 hours, right? Like, if you want to be effective, you also need to know what the hell you're doing with your life. right? Are you scrolling through social media? If you're watching me, great, cool. What do I bring you for value? How are you identifying your communication with me through social media? Am I empowerment? Am I entertainment? Am I someone you want to work with as a coach? Am I someone you want to be friends with? Like, identify what kind of effectiveness that I'm having on your life if you're here, right? The next thing is, how are you able to be someone that is worthy of having someone else's trust? And I think that's probably one of the most effective, but one of the most like impactful questions you can ask yourself is, how am I someone that somebody else can trust? Because if you don't have trust, or if people think that you are unreliable, or that you're someone that blows smoke out your ears, or you say you're going to do something and you don't do that, you're unreliable, and you're unreliable to yourself, right? And there's nothing worse than you failing yourself. When we don't do the things that we say we're going to do for ourselves, that's when depression sets in. That's when anxiety sets in. That's when we start having these limiting beliefs and doubts that we can't do things. That's when that weak voice inside your head tells you that you can't do it and makes you a lesser version of yourself. But if you can say, I am worthy, I am trustworthy, I am going to do the things that I say I'm going to do, I am going to follow through with those things, then all of a sudden you start to trust yourself. And that little weak voice inside your head gets stronger, gets more confident, gets braver, and encourages you to do the things that you've been scared to do in the past. Like starting that fitness program, or deciding to eat healthier, or getting more water in, or reaching out to that person that you want to work with, or quitting that damn job, or leaving that relationship. Because the thing is, you have to change the narrative in your brain for you to get stronger and be able to push past the things that are holding you back. And sometimes it's cutting out the people that you love most in your life. And that can be really hard to do, but I promise you that when you do that, you will feel so much better. And for me, I'm a lot more hormonal because I'm pregnant. I'm a lot more touchy, and things are a lot harder for me to do, 110%. But I can tell you right now that honestly, by me being pregnant, I am more protective now of my aura than I ever have been. I'm more protective of the people that I'm going to want in my life and influencing my children than I'm ever going to been. Ever could have been. My English is not improved. It's not something that I practice as my literature. But I think that's something I wanted to mention. And Kelly popped on here, and she had sent me a message. I think it was this weekend. And it was her basically talking to me about how she was really thankful for the fact that I've been very vulnerable on my social media, which is something that didn't start that way. And I shared about a lot of things, like the embarrassing things, like the Crohn's problems, if I get sick, or if I shit my pants in public, or things like that, trying to normalize things. And she said to me that my vulnerability is what has allowed her be able to open up and be able to communicate with like her spouse and her friends and her family and things like that. And like, to me, like, I never heard anyone say that to me before. And I think that is, like, I'm not gonna lie, I totally cried when I read that yesterday. Kelly, I love you. But the thing is that I'm not the only person that makes that impact, right? And the thing is, oh girl, don't you ever apologize for being here. You don't ever apologize for living your life. You're so cute. But the thing is, like, and I'm getting emotional, is that like any single person out there can make an impact on someone's life by sharing what they're going through. And if you're not getting that dose of happiness and positivity in your life, then start doing it yourself too, right? Because if you're not getting it, then remember the people that you're surrounding yourself with obviously aren't getting it either, because they're not giving it to you. And that can be a huge gut check, because that was a gut check I had to have, right? Is that, you know, you start putting more positive people in your life, and then all of a sudden you're going to start attracting more positive people. And social media is such a gift if you allow it to be a gift. If you allow yourself to connect, if you allow yourself to reach out, if you allow yourself to try something new, something challenging. Like, for example, like, if you just allow yourself to go all in on something that you wanted to do for a long time, like if it is my fitness programs, if it is a nutrition plan, if it's somebody else's, like if you've been wanting to do something for so long and you keep making these bullshit excuses that you can't do it, but it's something that you want to do, you're literally like you're beating yourself to the ground and you're just not doing it. And I can't stop playing with this pen. It's probably annoying. But the thing is, like, your own personal happiness comes from your self-love and the respect that you give to yourself and knowing who you are. And if you can't figure that out, it's because you aren't challenging yourself enough and you're not surrounding yourself with the people that you need to be surrounding yourself with. And I hope that that's me. I hope that that's somebody else you've connected with through social media. That the thing is that those people that you're able to connect with, they should be inspiring you to share the same way. And if they're not, and you're just absorbing everything, I don't know if you've heard this theory before. It's called being a sponge, but you're not actually like doing anything. You're absorbing all this information. You're absorbing all this motivation. You're absorbing all of these actionable things that you could be doing to help other people, right? Or to help yourself. Like, you're learning about fitness, you're learning about nutrition, you're learning about mindset, you're learning about healthy practices, you're learning about cutting people out of your life, you're learning about how to talk to yourself and strengthen your inner voice and be louder and prouder and braver. You learn about those things, but you're just collecting all that information, and you become this sponge, just kind of sits there and soaks, but you're not spraying it anywhere, right? You're not actually applying it anywhere. You're not spreading it all over yourself. You're just this like damp sponge full of information that is not doing anything. But if you start taking that knowledge and the things that you've learned and you start just like sprinkling it everywhere, like be a sprinkler, don't be a sponge. Don't hold on to this information and just like hope that one day it's just going to come railing out everywhere. Like, you want it to be able to hit you, and you take action immediately. Because if the people that watch you are the people that are holding you back, the only way to get those people to shut the F up and allow yourself to also get rid of that weakness in your mind is by actually doing the damn thing you said that you were going to do. And, there's a lot of people that set limits on themselves, and they say that they're limited, and they think they're limited, and think about all the boundaries around them that hold them back. But whatever you focus on is what you attract. So if you're going to sit there and think about the fact that you don't have time, you're never going to have time. If you sit there and think about the fact that you don't have the money, you're never going to have the money. You know what? If you don't have it, then go out there and get it. Go out there and do it. And people tell me that they want to live the life that I want to live, and that I want to live by, and they want to work from home, or they want to be a coach, or they want to get fitness. They have fitness goals they want to achieve, and they want to do whatever, but they will not make the investment or the time to do the damn thing. You don't want it. You're not you're just interested in it. You're kind of interested in it, but you don't actually want it. There's a big difference between being interested in something and being committed to it. And that's the line, right? Is, am I kind of interested in this? Like, would it be nice if I had it? Or am I committed to that? Do I want that life? Do I want to be able to feel that way? Do I want to be able to go to myself and say, damn, I did the damn thing? Or are you just kind of like, yeah, that'd be nice if it happened. But if you're like, I really want that, and I'm hell-driven and hell-bent on doing it, you get out of your own damn way and you make it happen, right? And I need you to kind of like end this off. I think the best thing that I can say is that you need to be able to accept the fact that you're going to start at 0. I started at 0 followers on Instagram. I started with a background in health and fitness and 0 understanding of nutrition, or well, I thought I did, when I really personally bred my entire nutrition education on bodybuilding.com, because I was so hell-bent and confused about the way that I wanted to look and feel, that I felt like I needed to be a bikini competitor to be the way that I wanted to be. And I was struggling with eating disorders and all the things, right? But the thing is that you have to accept the fact that you're going to start from ground zero. You have to accept the fact that you're going to want to have a mentor. You're going to want to learn from somebody else. You're going to want to be able to get outside your comfort zone and know that you're going to fail. And it's going to suck. And that's the worst part about failing. The worst part about failing is that it absolutely sucks. The worst part about things getting hard is that it hurts. Okay? Those are your emotions. Hi, Emily. But those are your emotions. And emotions are just feelings. It does not dictate who you are. Just because you feel sad doesn't mean you're a sad person. Just because you feel hurt doesn't mean that you're broken. Just because things get hard doesn't mean that it's impossible for you to do things, right? It's your own narrative. You get to rewrite that whenever you want to. And I think that's really important, that you have to decide that you're capable of doing something. And if people tell you that you can't, you need to separate them from your life and get rid of them. They're not worth it. They're not worth your energy. They're not worth your time. And you need to build your own confidence in yourself and borrow that confidence from your future self, because she's waiting for you. She's waiting for you to just start making that change, right? And there's actually a saying too, and it talks about this is the saying, it has to do with birds. Why do birds stay and come back to the same place all the time? Birds literally can fly and go anywhere in the entire world. But why do they stay in certain places? Is it because it's safe? Is it because they're animals? Is it because it's comfortable? Is it because it's their nature? Is it because of family? Or is it because they just don't want to go anywhere else? Right? Ask yourself that. Why are you where you're at? Is it because it's safe and it's comfortable? Is it because you love where you're at? Is there somewhere that you want to go in your life, but you're just not choosing to take those first steps to go and fly? Because it's going to be scary. You're not going to know how the hell you're going to get there, right? You have no idea, but that's the fun part. And you're going to fail and you're going to learn and it's going to be hard. And that's where change happens. And that's how you can inspire other people. And that's how like I go through things in my life, my business, my fitness, my everything. And the thing is that when I fail, that failure is an opportunity for me to teach somebody else so that they never do the same damn thing. And that's the gift. One of our friends' dad says, the gift is the day. He is amazing. And when you really think, I'm a mess today. When you really think about that, the gift is the day. And you really, really think about that. It is. Every single day you have a new chance to start over. Every single day, yes, fail forward. Every single day you get to decide if you want to work on being a better version of yourself or a lesser version of yourself. Are you going to let that weak voice in your head that tells you that you can't do it be the loudest part of your day? Or are you going to be loud and proud and bold and confident and try new things and just say yes to yourself? It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be messy, but I promise you it's always fucking worth it. And don't dim your light for anybody, especially not yourself. Because if that weak voice in your head is telling you, take a step back, take a break, you deserve this, you don't need that, that is not the voice you want to listen to. You want to listen to the voice that tells you to get up, shake your ass, have a good day, get after your damn goals, and do the things that make you happy, proud, and loud, because that's what changes your life. So I hope this is helpful to you guys. It was definitely a different version of Baby Babble today. I've just seen it so much through social media lately, and the negativity and the anger and the sadness. Like, just be a positive light for other people because you have no idea who needs it from you. And the days where you feel like you're not shining bright, okay, or when you think you're being loud or you're doing too much, I can guarantee you, and I love saying this, you're probably not enough for somebody in that moment, because someone always needs your positivity, always. And on certain days, you might not even be enough because there's always someone out there that is having a worse day. Okay, so I love you guys. Thank you for sticking this one out. I hope it was helpful. Please, please, please comment when I put this up because it is so tough for my stuff to get viewed and pushed if you guys don't comment on it. So please make sure you share your feedback, what you loved about it afterwards once it is up, and tag a friend, share it, anything. But I love y'all. I will share with you later everything about my anatomy scan. And if you want to do the Let's Get Up dance program with us, my husband is going to die if he tries to call me one more time. I swear. Positivity! What I was trying to say is if you want to do the dance workout with us, it is dance, strength training, toning, and everything. It is so much fun. We are going to be doing all of it starting on the 19th of April. Registration opens. It's going to be a 30-day fun fitness challenge and nutrition. Everything's included. You should join us. I have sample workouts, so let me know. But I love you guys. Oh my God, you're so welcome, Maria. If you want to ever chat with me, just shoot me a message. But I'll chat with you guys later. I love y'all. Have an amazing freaking Thursday, and I'll show you guys pictures of